And we are back, and we just finished watching 2022's Wedding Season. This was playing on Netflix, right?
Yep.
It's from 2022, rated PG, TV PG, with a runtime of 1 hour and 38 minutes. This is basically a Lifetime movie or Hallmark movie, isn't it?
It was
pretty much.
Wasn't good.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was just okay. It is the story of Asha, who has been bamboozled into dating by her very aggressive, domineering mother, who just wants to see her married.
Yeah. Everybody's Indian.
Yes.
An obsession
Yes. So
with marriage.
they're obsessed with
movie.
marriage. It's very traditional.
Families on both sides.
Families on both sides, and in traditional Indian culture, it's like a big deal. Get married,
have a family,
setting up marriages, making sure the other person has a good resume, that sort of thing.
Yes. In this particular story, Asha is thrust into Ravi's life and then concocts a plan to sort of get both parents off their backs.
Yeah, make the parents happy, pretend to date, go through wedding season together. There's apparently at
14.
least 14 weddings that they all must go to. So, hijinks ensue.
Hijinks ensue. I'm going to go around the table and get impressions. Olive G, I'm going to start with you. What'd you think of the film?
I thought it was okay.
I thought it was okay, too. Did you have a favorite scene?
No.
No. Did you think Asha's clothes were cool?
Yeah, I liked her clothes.
Yeah. That might have been one of the highlights of the film. Did you have a favorite character?
No.
No. Would you recommend this film?
No.
No. All right, fair enough. What about you?
Like you said, this was a Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
I don't like Lifetime movies. I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I mean, I have nothing against romantic comedies and whatnot. It's just like this is a pretty paint by the numbers sort of romantic comedy. It's also kind of a paint by the numbers Indian romantic comedy because they all have the same plot.
Yeah.
The parents are, we must get you married. You're in your mid-20s. You're a spinster.
Yeah.
Oh my
She's
God,
in
you're
her
bringing shame upon the
mid-30s.
family.
Oh, was she? I thought she was in her
Either
20s.
I'm
Doesn't
talking
matter.
in generalities, but it's always the same plot. The mom and dad are losing their
Well,
minds.
it's mostly the mother.
Yeah, it's
The
usually
dad was
mom-
sort of chill.
Yeah,
He's
the
just
dad. Yeah,
going
the
along
dad.
for
That's
the
true.
ride.
The dads are always just go with the flow
Although
guys.
Ravi's dad was the instigator on that side, which was kind of funny.
I think because it was a son.
I guess.
It was a son, and it was like, oh, you dropped out of school. Oh my God, you didn't
shame.
finish MIT at 16. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you see this plot a lot.
Yeah.
And this was another addition to the, oh my God, you're such age and you're not married Indian trope. And also it was, like I said, like a Lifetime thing. Oh, we're in New Jersey, and there's the bench with the Canadian flag on it.
Maybe they
Yeah,
like
it was-
Canadian stickers.
No, it
No,
was
that
too
was
clean
that
to
was
be New York.
that was engraved in the
Yeah,
bench.
that wasn't New York.
Maybe they liked Canada.
I think they injected some scenes in New York, but they weren't.
Yeah, there was those skyline shots. Yeah.
This was definitely filmed overseas.
Yeah, and then
In
and
Canada.
then in typical fashion of these sort of Lifetime things, it's like, oh, you know what? The more time we're spending with each other,
We're falling in love.
yeah.
And then we have to have manufactured drama.
Then there's the manufactured drama, which in this case was just stupid.
silly,
It was
yeah.
like, okay, it's generally kind of dumb in these sort of things, but this felt especially stupid because basically the manufactured drama was, you're too nice. You're too nice a guy. You're nice and humble too. Oh my God.
And secretly rich.
And secretly rich. And sorry, we may have spoiled things, but yeah. So it was just
It's
a little
adequate.
bit. It was
I mean,
a little bit
in
too
the
paint by
pantheon
numbers.
of, I feel like I've seen worse romantic. I don't even know if this is a comedy.
I'm
it?
betting you saw worse romantic.
I'm sure I have. I live for this stuff.
Yeah, this was definitely, they tried to make this a comedy with the stereotypes and the tropes. Oh my God, this one's so pushy. Oh, look, there's the aunties. Oh, the aunties are spying on us, and the goofy white guy who's marrying into the family, marrying into the sister. Yeah, there was
There's a lot of tropes.
there was a lot of little comedy bits.
I suppose.
Lots of clueless people. The first guy that shows up outside the corporate boardroom while
Oh
she's
my
giving
God.
the presentation, just completely clueless that, hey, just
Don't go to somebody's.
don't go to somebody's work. And what kind of workplace is this where the guy could just walk into the corporate boardroom? Usually there's
Well,
like
they're a nonprofit, so I don't think they have the same security structures as a finance firm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's layers there. Gigi, what did you think of the film?
Kind of stupid.
Do you think you and your friends could write something better?
Maybe.
Let's put it to the test, girl. Let's make some cheddar. Did you have a favorite character?
I thought Asha was nice-ish. She was kind of stupid too, but I liked how she was super smart.
And her clothing.
Her fashion was nice as well.
Her fashion sense was on point, I would say. That was the highlight of the movie for me, watching her pretty frocks.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was dressed quite nicely in this film.
As nice as anything's possible?
Oh, anything's no. Like
That was next
anything's
level.
possible. Everybody had a stylist. Like everybody that went to school woke up 4 hours early for hair and makeup.
At least. Gee, did you have a favorite scene in the film?
I don't think so. I don't even think there was a point where I was laughing that much. Was there?
No.
No.
You may have felt a bit cringy,
Oh yeah, I cringed at several points in the movie.
but I don't think I ever heard you laugh. I don't believe I ever laughed during the film.
I think I chuckled, but not oh,
You got a couple of tears out of you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's me. Come
Shameful.
on. What are you, new here? I
Yeah.
cry at McDonald's commercials. That's not an exaggeration.
No.
Oh yeah, I cried during a Disneyland commercial one time because it was this little duck and he had the comic book. And the comic book, he couldn't take it with him when he was flying.
Aw.
And had Donald Duck in it. It was sad for some reason.
Damn Disney, always pulling at the heartstrings.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I mean, it's serviceable, right? I mean, I think in the pantheon of romantic comedies.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into this kind of film,
It's
this
cute.
is right up here. It's well made. Everybody does a decent job with their performance.
There's pretty
You're
people in
you're
it.
not seeing anything new though. This is
Yeah.
this is seriously a paint by numbers
I
sort
was
of
going to say
thing.
it's definitely by the book.
It could have been written by ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's interesting that you said that. Yes, absolutely.
I kind of wonder if it wasn't.
No, I think there was actual people's names in the right.
Yeah, I think
credits.
those people weren't putting in their A game for this one. It was generic as generic could be.
I think it's a pretty safe kind of no frills sort of fare. I think I don't think the filmmakers here were intentionally going for edgy or different. I think
No,
they just
no.
wanted to do
No.
something that was very much paint by numbers.
Yeah, just something this was the definition of fluff, and I think they could have worked a little bit better on what the conflict was, because I think we paused it and we saw that there was 40 minutes left, so I was like, okay, the conflict should be arriving in
Yeah.
the
Shortly.
next 10 minutes or so, and sure enough, there it was, and it was just so lame.
Yeah.
It was just seriously so lame. Oh, it really boiled down to you're just too nice.
Yeah.
And I guess her pride was hurt because he was nice. I don't know.
Man, if he had donated that much, pride would not have been an issue.
Just take
He's
it and say
rich.
thank you. Jesus.
And it wasn't even as though he was bailing her out. She had accomplished everything on her own.
And the Singapore people had
Yeah.
donated.
And
In
what
addition
he
to.
did was just gravy on top.
Right. Yeah.
So it was, I don't know.
It was kind of a stupid thing to get mad about.
It
for
was
sure.
incredibly stupid to get. And also, you never graduated? Like, who cares? He got into MIT when he was 16 years old.
Yeah.
And he dropped out. Yeah, he was 16 years old.
And not for nothing, he seems to be able to support himself.
Oh yeah, and that was great. Oh yeah, I DJ'd a couple of parties for Facebook, and they gave me stock. And now I'm a billionaire. Whatever.
Is Facebook stock even worth that much anymore?
I don't know. I have no idea.
All right. I mean, there's really nothing to critique here other than this is just kind of run-of-the-mill
It's
fluff
dumb.
entertainment. Yeah, I mean, if you
Yeah.
like the romantic comedy genre, this will probably appeal to you. It's definitely better than other things that I've seen, but it's definitely not going to knock your socks off. I think the production values on this are really good. The two leads, the couple, are very pretty and deliver, I guess, their lines well. I believe the chemistry between them, so that's a plus.
Yeah, they were likable characters.
They were definitely likable characters. The manufactured drama at the end was kind of stupid, I agree, but I guess you have to have that
You do, but I really feel they could have
worked on
come up with
better.
something better than
Yeah.
you're too nice. That to me, that is not something that ends a relationship.
You know what would have been a smarter thing to do? Because every time I see stuff that it's only in my mind, I'm like, well, what could have made this better? And in my mind, the manufactured drama should have been this other guy that she was with comes back and tries to win her back. So now she has to choose between Ravi and the old boyfriend.
That would have been way better.
That would have been far more interesting.
Because now you have bigger stakes, right? You have the life that you knew, this relationship that she probably knows inside out, or do you pick the new unknown?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
I mean, no one's paying us to be script doctors.
You know
but-
more about this genre than I do. So. But yeah, to me, You're Too Nice is just too lame an excuse for the manufactured drama.
Question for you, because you sat and watched Pride and Prejudice with me last night. What makes a movie like Joe Wright's Pride and Prejudice better than this?
Because that had actual real drama going on. Like, seriously, even when he proposed to her, he did it in such a ham-fisted way
That she was like...
that she was just, and like she was already pissed off at him because she found out
That he
that he had
Mr.
put the
Bingley
kibosh on Bingley and the sister.
Yeah, Jane.
And he was always so standoffish, and like that made sense. That was really good. Pride
And he
and Prejudice
did-
with those two is excellent.
And he does come across as like this arrogant man. But meanwhile,
Yeah.
he's melting inside for her.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's so much that he's arrogant. He says it himself. He's just like, I'm not good talking with people, and I can relate to that. I was like me my entire youth.
I was going to
just-
say,
all through
you're
college,
Darcy.
everything.
You're modern day Darcy.
Yeah, I could totally understand that. There were tons of people who were like, Ray's conceited. And like, you know me, I hate myself. All right,
just
I did.
silly.
Yeah, I was very awkward around people. So that made 100% sense to
And
me.
it's funny because that is a movie based on a novel from the 1800s, and yet that story prevails because it is love, second chances.
Yeah, and it has similar things like, there's the like the mother was just like, oh my God, I gotta get these girls married. I
Right,
gotta get
right.
these
I have
girls
5
married.
daughters.
Gotta
When
have
she
5
turns to oh my God, what was her name? Elizabeth.
Yeah.
The mother turns to Elizabeth and she's like, when you have 5 daughters, you'll tell me that this is the only thing you'll think about as well.
Yeah.
And here, culturally, I guess it's the same sort of vibe. Like the mother here, even though it's only 2 daughters in this one, she is so hell bent
She
on
wants
seeing.
to marry them off and get rid of them.
I don't know about get rid of them,
Really
but
get
she
rid
just,
of it. She wants to make sure that they're taken care of.
Yes.
And
I think-
the whole concept of, oh my God, my daughter has a job is meaningless to her. It's just
Right.
that, she's smart.
Right.
Which means your babies will be smart because she's going to give up everything and just become a broodmare for you.
Yes. We're actually going to pair this with Polite Society, which we also saw.
Yeah.
Quick question, since you also saw that with me. Do you like that one more than this one?
I do. Yeah. That one was just silly though. But it had a lot of other stuff going on that was not the norm.
And also traditional.
I mean, definitely not the norm.
Yeah,
I mean,
traditional cultures and stuff like that. So
Yeah, there were certain aspects that were
sisters.
very similar. Yeah, the 2 sisters, the whole concept of we
Marrying
want to
them
get
off.
this one married,
Right.
find a wonderful pairing for her.
Right.
That they're total strangers when they meet. It works out sort of. Not really in the end, but still.
Yeah.
There's a lot of common things, but that Polite Society doesn't fall into the typical
Tropes.
tropes.
I mean,
Yeah.
they do. There's parts that are
They play with them.
They play with them.
They play with them, but they just kick them on their rear.
Yeah, which I thought was really interesting because
And
I felt like that
yeah.
story.
And I like that the younger was just like, I want to be a stunt woman. Like,
yes.
Like that never happens in any stories I've seen. You'd never see somebody who's just like, my dream is to be a stunt woman.
And just be kicking butt.
Just to be kicking butt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we'll talk about that one later.
I'm going to go around the table and get numbers. I'm going to start with you, G. 1 to 10.
5.
I would give this like a bit less than a 5. So yeah, probably like a 4.5. Because it was average for this sort of movie, but it kind of bothered me that, like I said, the manufactured drama was really just stupid. It was. I understand these movies are dumb. They're supposed to be dumb. They're supposed to be light and fluffy.
Are they though? Because again, not to go back to it, but Rye Lane does a really great job of.
Rye Lane didn't feel like this, though.
No, it didn't.
Rye Lane felt more.
Yes,
Rye Lane was smart, was well written and smart, and the drama was there, and it made sense. And it wasn't relying on any sort of tropes to build this tension between the parents and the children and the people dating each other or anything. It was just sort of like a natural progression. This was very average, and also, like I said, the manufactured drama is weak, and also just Indian romance. It's in a comedy. It's always my aunties and my mother and it's always the same stuff. Yeah. It's just tired.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure I've seen stuff that's like good like that. But it's usually there's something else going on.
Yeah.
Like even like, what is it?
Bend It Like Beckham.
Exactly.
That's
exactly what I was going to say. There's something else going on.
Yeah, because even her mother wants her to have like a traditional sort of life. And she's like, no, I want to be in women's soccer.
Yeah, there's like that whole tradition versus, I guess, free will or whatever.
Right.
You could have so many good stories like that. And it's been done, but give me a take on it where I'm not just like, oh, this again.
Yeah. Make
it
interesting.
This did not do that at all.
Yeah, this was very safe.
Yeah,
to say the least.
It was sort of like, oh, we're taking that, but it's also a Lifetime movie. That's not, you don't aspire to make a Lifetime movie.
Olive G, 1 to 10. What's your number?
6.5.
6.5. Okay. I was originally going to give this a 6, but I think I'm going to go with a 5. This is just average. It wasn't the worst. It wasn't the best. There were things about it that were sort of cutesy. There were things that just kind of made me roll my eyes. But at the end of the day, it's kind of boring. And that's weird because it's not a long movie. It's an hour and 36.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a TV movie. This is definitely a very safe bet if you're looking for some sort of no frills, by the numbers sort of fare. This is probably a safe bet. There's nothing objectionable. There's no cursing. There's no graphic sex. I don't even think they allude to anything. I don't even know.
There was like a couple of kisses in there. That's about it.
Yeah, but it wasn't anything like somebody's clothes disappeared or he appeared in the doorway and he's like shirtless suddenly.
Yeah, there was no like shows of that.
Yeah, like look at my abs.
Look at my abs.
Yeah, there's none of that. Although she wore a sari where you would see her midsection every once in a while. But still, not.
Yeah. Nothing titillating.
Get out of my head!
Is that disgust or titillate you?
I was just thinking of that. That's my favorite line from Drew Carey. All right, so 5, 4.5.
4.5. Yeah.
And 6.5. It's there. It exists in the universe. I mean, kudos to the filmmakers for giving out jobs and filming on location in Canada and helping their local economies. This is just I think if you want to see romantic comedies, it's better done. You can check out Rye Lane, which I think is still on Hulu. You can check out something like Legally Blonde, which is also a great film. Even something like Bend It Like Beckham, which is a couple of years old now, but it's kind of nice because it doesn't rely on the man saving her. She's going to create her own path and her own future and her own happiness in turn. So yeah,
13 going on 30. That's a good one.
13 going on 30 is also a good one. Yeah, there's better stuff out there. But if you're looking for some mindless entertainment to have in the background while you're folding clothes or just ambient noise, check out Wedding Season. It's on Netflix. And that's it from us. And we will bid you all a
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.